I've always wanted to travel, but I've never had the opportunity. And since it's related to anime and manga, it's all the better. I'm all for it now.
I have to admit, I am a bit anxious about sleeping on the bus.
We're human beings, you know, we're all riding in a small area for a long period of time. So I'm sure we'll get on each other's nerves a little bit.
What? Did you see that? That's awesome!
The biggest concern I had was just not getting along with everybody, but everybody here seems really nice.
It'll be fine. As long as the guys keep the toilet seat down in the bathroom, there shouldn't really be an issue.
I do think that we have a group of responsible people and we can work through it.
I have a fiance, so I'm definitely going to just try to keep friendships on a very mutual level.
I'm just really stoked for the whole trip. It's going to be great.
We're today at Anime Expo. There were tens of thousands of people, almost all of them in cosplay. Today, we're going to talk to them. So is this your first Anime Expo?
Yes, it is.
Yes, my third time.
8th time.
3rd time.
6th year.
6th.
6th year in a row.
What's the most interesting thing you've seen at this Anime Expo?
Cosplays.
Games?
Panels, probably all the voice acting workshops.
I love the buying stuff part.
Do you often dress up?
I am cosplaying as Misty from Pokemon.
This is Monster Hunter.
I do my own cosplay and everything.
And I like to think of myself as a more classy man-fan.
Would you consider yourself an otaku?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. One of the old-time otakus.
Yes, and yes.
It's sharing culture. It's everything. I love meeting new people.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day at Anime Expo.
So we're here with Ryan Tumaliuan.
Probably like when I started collecting comic books. My very first comic was actually Punisher number 11. It just felt natural to go from comics to toys to anime.
Throughout your entire collection, you've got 10 to 20,000 items.
Yeah, about. I could probably buy like a huge mansion with all the stuff that I could, if I were to sell everything. That's not gonna happen though. There was like this saying in Genshiken about there's like souls in everything. I guess it's like a primitive culture religion. And that's kind of like what I think. It's like, oh, like Princess Leia here has a soul. Some of the hardest stuff I was able to find was a Sailor Moon figure. This figure is actually during the time when Naoko Takeuchi was at Comic-Con. I went to every booth at Comic-Con and I found this one Sailor Moon action figure and I was like, oh great, this is awesome. I waited 2 hours in line, got her autograph, and I was the happiest person alive. I had this Omega Supreme Transformer from when I was a little kid that I got on Christmas Day. He was actually the first Transformer that walks, and like when I got him, he was huge. He was like this big. I have a bunch of Stan Lee autographs. I have Jack Kirby. Like there's like a bunch of stuff that you can't get autographed anymore, and I have them. I've worked on stuff like Bratz, like dolls. I usually do like a lot of dolls. Rainbow Bright, Tinkerbell, and on the boys' side I did some stuff for Naruto, for Mattel. I like get toys for reference usually, and then like inspiration. To me it's less of a toy and it's more of like a modern art piece.
Have you ever designed your own toy as an urban vinyl type piece?
Yeah, it's a Mikuru in a monkey outfit, and it's actually at my booth at Anime Expo right now. Well, I've always been a creator, I guess, like an artist. My family is mostly artists. All the influence from manga and all the visual influence, like actually made me kind of go through that route. I mean, I've always wanted to become a comic book artist. I usually just come up with a story and I would draw it, and Since I do come from an art school, I have a lot of art friends. I would bring some of them in and then like help me out, like with like say coloring or like logo design. I created this comic called At the Blade of Dawn, and that's actually one of them. The other one I created is Congoers, which is for an anime podcast on the East Coast.
Folks, Ryan, is he America's greatest otaku? Is someone else America's greatest otaku? That's what we will see over the next few weeks.